Okay students, now take the second part, the next part, that is about reactions of metal oxides with the acids. Okay, metal, we know about metal. Okay, now metal oxides, for example magnesium oxide, sodium hydroxide, that is oxides. Okay, therefore oxides. Oxides when reacts with metal, so what happens? So in general I write, okay, in general I write metal oxides plus acid, right? So what happens? So same here, no change, was salt plus water. Okay, the formation of salt plus water, students. Okay, there is no change. Okay, like in neutralization reaction, we know that salt plus water is formed. Here also same, when metal oxides react with acids, they form salt plus water. For example, I can take, for example, that is, example I take a metal oxide is copper oxide. It is a metal, copper is a metal. Okay, oxide, metal oxides plus acid. So I take here acid is a hydrochloric acid. So when reacts with, what happened? CuCl2 plus H2O. Okay, the copper salt CuCl2 form plus H2O. Compare, students, metal oxides, copper oxide, acid in the place of hydrochloric acid. So salt is nothing but copper chloride and water is formed. It is copper chloride. Okay, copper chloride is formed, students. Okay, so now when the reaction is taken place, when the product is formed, so what will happen? We know that the solution color is blue green color of solution. Okay, so that is our observation when we reaction takes place with copper oxide with hydrochloric acid, and the reaction, after reaction, the solution become blue green color, and that blue green color presence tell that the formation of copper oxides. So here blue green color of the solution is due to the formation of copper chloride. Okay, students, so that is very important. In the examination we ask what happened when copper oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, and write your observations. So you have to write here, when copper oxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, okay, copper chloride CuCl2 plus water is formed. The solution color is what? Blue green color of solution. And why this color? Because of the formation of this copper chloride, student. Okay, so that is one very important note you have to remember about this reaction. Okay, now the second point of this reaction is, and it is very important, when you check this metal oxide with litmus paper or any indicator. Okay, now so we observe that it is basic in nature. Okay, means what? The red litmus paper convert into the blue. Okay, when we check these copper oxides, okay, these oxides with litmus paper, we observe that there is a basic in nature. So we second note we have to tell that the metal oxides are basic oxides in nature. So it is very important point. The metal oxides are basic oxides. Okay, they are basic, means they turn red litmus paper to blue. Base is there. So that is very important. 2 points of this reaction. So that is only in your syllabus about metal oxide reacts with acid. So what happens? Simple knowledge: metal oxide reacts with acid, they form salt and water. Okay, simple. And take one example, that's copper oxide plus hydrochloric acid. We get copper chloride and H2O. Due to the formation of the copper chloride, the solution color is what? Blue green color of the solution. That is one point. And the second observation is, these copper oxides are what? These copper oxides are in nature is basic. In nature is basic in nature. That is basic oxides. So this is simple knowledge about metal oxides with acids. Okay, please copy this in your notebook. Okay, students, now take the another one very important, that is part is, that is reaction of non-metals with base. Okay, so in the previous we had learned about metal oxide with acid. Now non-metal oxide with the base. So in general I write first here, in general non-metal oxides Okay, non-metal oxides plus base. So what happened? Same, no, there is no change. Salt plus H2O. Okay, salt plus H2O is formation takes place. For example, if I take example for non-metal oxides, for example, I take for carbon dioxide. Okay, non-metal oxide, carbon is a non-metal, so O oxide plus I take base means calcium hydroxide, that is slake lime. Okay, calcium hydroxide. So we observe that the reaction is a calcium carbonate. Okay, plus H2O. Okay, so that is what the reaction of base with non-metal oxides. Okay, students. So that is what we know that about this is white precipitate. Okay, white precipitate. Okay, white precipitate formation reaction takes place. So this was one observation when base, that is calcium hydroxide, that is slake lime, reacts with the non-metal oxide carbon dioxide. We observe that calcium carbonate and H2 formation takes place, and the solution is what? White precipitate. One observation. And the second point you have to remember that, okay, like that when metal oxides are basic in nature, like that non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So here non-metal oxides are non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Okay, students, we know that our carbon dioxide is a non-metal oxide, acidic in nature, and also we know that acid rain, okay, that is the nitrogen dioxide, okay, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxides, etc. Or what acid rain causes? Oh, that is non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So that we call it as a acid rain. Okay, we common acid rain. We common it called as a acid rain, whose pH is below 5.4, something there. So that is called acidic oxides are non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So that is what simple about non-metal oxides are reacts with base. There is no change. Non-metal oxide reacts with base, they form salt and water. For example, in the place of non-metal oxides, I take carbon dioxide, where carbon is a non-metal, and the base in the place of calcium hydroxide, and the reaction takes place. Calcium carbonate, that is white precipitate, is formed, and the H2O, there is one observation of white precipitate is due to the formation of calcium carbonate. Okay, the white precipitate is formed due to the formation of calcium carbonate. And next point is non-metal oxides are, that is maybe carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, that is acid gas chemicals, that is nothing but non-metals, that is all acidic in nature. Okay, they are acidic in nature, right? This is what the next this is the metal non-metal oxides reacts with base. Okay, so please copy this in your notebook. So students, next take another part, that is about for acids in a water solution. Okay, acids or base in a water solution. So I take first acid in a water solution. So it is very important concept that the one point you have to be remember, right here we have one point, please copy this point, that is acid produce, very important point, it is acid produce H plus ions in the presence of water. That is very important, student. That is what the acid, which we know that acid having a substance, acid having property which gives or donate H plus ions. Okay, that condition I already told you that the acids are present in the liquid state and they are express their H plus ion characteristics only in the presence of water, students. Right, so I write here point, acid produce H plus ion, that is show their H plus ions only in the presence of water. Means what? If the absence of water means dry, if the dry is there, means that there is no formation of H plus ions. And student, you know that the litmus paper, which is turns a blue litmus paper into the red in the case of acid, and the change of litmus paper is only due to the presence of H plus ions. Okay, if H plus ions are to be present, means then only the litmus paper color is changed. If there is no H plus ions produced, means there is no change of the litmus paper. Okay, that is very important point. You have to remember the acid produce H plus ions only in the presence of water or only in the presence of moist atmosphere. Okay, water vapors. In the moist atmosphere or in the water form, only H plus ions are form, and that H plus ions are responsible for to change the litmus paper color. Okay, maybe in the case of acid or maybe in the case of base. Okay, if in the case of acid a blue litmus paper turn to red, it is only due to the presence of H plus ion, and in the base the red to blue, it is happened only due to the presence of OH minus ions in the liquid state, in the presence of water only, students. Okay, now that is, I write the reaction here. For example, if I write HCl, okay, in water, okay, what happens? So students, we observe that H plus ions are dissociate. Okay, H plus ions are formed, but we know that it is not present alone. It is further reacts with water molecules and they form H3O, H plus 3O. Okay, H3O plus ions. Okay, H3 plus O ions are formed. That is called as hydronium ions. Hydronium ions, right, students? That is what HCl, when react with H2SO4, they form H plus ions, and that H plus ions, that is hydrogen ions, not exit alone, they further react with the water molecules and they form hydronium ions, that is H3O plus ions. We call it as a hydronium ions. So I write here why this form, because of H plus ions cannot exit alone. Okay, cannot exit alone. It exits as H plus aqueous, or maybe we write as H plus aqueous, or we maybe write as an H3O ions. Okay, student, H3O ions. If we write here H3 plus aqueous, that is also correct, or we write H3O plus, that is also correct. Means what? The H plus ions are not exit alone, they react with further with water and they form hydronium ions. That is also what responsible for acids. Okay, so that is what all about the acid present in water solution. Okay, and that process is called as dilution of acid. Okay, dilution of acid, right? This is the one concept of acid in water. Okay, now one point we have to remember here, we have say here H plus ions only express in the presence of water. So we have done one activity, one experiment we take, and that experiment proves this statement. Okay, if water is present, then only litmus paper changes colors. If the water is not present, then the litmus paper color is not changed. Okay, that experiment confirm it. Okay, so I take one activity, and that is very important in the point of examination, and most of time that ask the question on that. Okay, so I take one test tube here. Okay, I can take here the test tube. Here one test tube, and in this tube I can take the NaCl. Okay, and I add an acid. Okay, that is HCl. Okay, I take another one. I take NaCl. Okay, add NaCl and add H2SO4. Concentration H2SO4. Okay, this is better. Okay, I take NaCl in this sodium chloride. Okay, and I added a H2SO4 or any acid to the NaCl solution. So in this case, I can add H2SO4 to this solution. So I can put here one rubber cork. I take. Okay, so here we observe that the gas liberated, that is HCl gas, is liberated here. Okay, the HCl gas is liberated. Okay, HCl gas is liberated. Now if this HCl gas is, we test with litmus paper, that is blue litmus paper, blue litmus paper. Okay, now we observe that in the atmosphere moisture is present, so this HCl gas now nothing but what, in the moisture state. Okay, this HCl gas absorb the water droplets from the atmosphere, and now it is in the moisture place, it in the liquid droplets are present, with water is presence here. So it is what, moisture HCl gas is liberated. When this gas is, which is produced due to by reaction of NaCl and H2SO4, this HCl gas when tested with the blue litmus paper, we observe that what happens, student? We know that hydrochloric acid is an acid, so it is what, a red color change. that is blue litmus paper can convert to the red. Okay, red. That one case number 1. Okay, case number 1. Okay, and again repeated, take a test tube and take a NaCl, sodium chloride and H2SO4. The gas is liberated, that is called as moisture HCl gas, because in the atmosphere moisture water is present. So moisture HCl gas present, that is water present here. So when it is reacts with litmus paper, the red color is changed, that is called as HCl gas. HCl gas is liberated. Okay, again same experiment, I take test tube. Okay, I can take test tube here. Okay, again same process, I take NaCl and add H2SO4. Okay, H2SO4 in this beaker test tube. Then I again same setup. Okay, one is some changes there. Here I take some bulb like structure tube. Okay, in the bulb like structure I can take one calcium chloride. Calcium chloride I take here. In this bulb like structure, here I have put a calcium chloride. So why I take this calcium chloride? Because of in the HCl gas atmosphere moisture is present. So I want to remove that moisture. So I want dry HCl gas. Dry HCl gas meaning which do not have any moistures, any water droplets. So in order to get dry HCl gas, so we have to remove the moistures from the HCl gas. For removing the moisture, we can use calcium oxide, chloride. So what is the function of calcium chloride here? To remove, okay, to remove moisture from HCl. Okay, if this HCl gas is now enter here, due to this calcium chloride, the moistures are absorbed. We get which type of gas? We get the HCl, that is dry HCl. Dry hydrochloric acid is formed, students. Okay, so that is right here, that is what liberated, dry hydrochloric gas is liberated. When this dry hydrochloric gas liberated is tested with blue litmus paper, we observe that there is no change in the blue litmus paper color. Okay, why this happened? This is also HCl, this is also HCl, same NaCl, same H2SO4, but here red color is changed, blue to red change, but here blue color is not changed. Why it is happened? Because of only small difference. Here HCl gas present, here HCl gas present, but difference is what? Here moisture, water presence, here water is absence. So our statement in the initial what we H plus ions are only exit in the presence of water. So moisture present, H plus ions are formed, color change. So moisture absent, dry, no water present, so no H plus ions are liberated, no change in litmus paper color. Okay, the very two important point you learn from here. So first is action of dry HCl gas on litmus paper and the wet or moisture HCl gas on litmus paper. Okay, so I can conclude the statement is here. So please draw this diagram, right? Stop video and draw this diagram. After that I write here two very important points. Our conclusion, when the color change and when the color is not changed. So the first point is we observe that moisture HCl gas change the blue litmus paper to red. It is due to the presence of H plus ions. Therefore, we conclude that H plus ions produce only in the presence of water, or is called as a moisture. Okay, students, that is very one point, first point. Now we have take second point about dry HCl gas, which is not changed color. Okay, so I take here second point here. In case of dry HCl gas, dry HCl gas, there is no change in, there is no change observed in blue litmus paper because of the absence of H plus ions. Therefore we conclude that the H plus ions are not produced in absence of water, or moistures. So that is very too important conclusion, and this is very important, students, very important. Okay, that is very important. Most of the time this questions is asked in the examinations. So one is, you have remember 3 point here. 1 point we have to remember about calcium chloride. Calcium chloride function is to absorb the moisture from the HCl gas and make it dry HCl gas. That is 1 point. And the other two very important point is here. 1 point, this change in litmus paper color due to the presence of HCl gas, H plus ions, and here not change because of absence of H plus ions. H plus ions only formed due to the presence of water, not formed due to the absence of water, and that is very important and very easy to be remember the points. Okay, students, hope you understand this. Okay, so please stop my video and copy these 2 points in your textbook. Okay, right. Okay, students, now take the next point, that is base in water solution. Okay, in water solution. So now what happened to base? So say base, we know that in the definition of base provide OH minus ions. The substance which produce OH minus ions, that is called it as a base. So same point we have right at base provides. Okay, the 1 point we have that basis provides, okay, OH minus ions in the presence of water, right? So for example, I take one base is NaOH, okay, that is solid in state, and plus H2O liquid, then they are react with each other. We know that Na plus and OH minus ions are produced, that is aqueous ions are produced. Okay, student, this is what about base. Same as acid. So acid also gives their H plus ions, and the base gives their OH minus ions. One is anion, one is cation. Okay, right? So that is called as a basis in water solution. Okay, the bases provide OH minus ions in the presence of water solution. For example, I take base NaOH. You may take another base example, and water we get OH, Na plus and OH minus ions. Okay, student. Now, one note, very important note, you have to be remember here. We know that about alkali. Okay, we know that all the bases are not dissolved in water. That is very important. Some bases only dissolved in water. That all the bases are not be dissolved in water. They are insoluble in water. So only few bases are there that is present in the water. So the bases which are dissolved in water, they are called as an alkalis. Okay, so right, the bases which are dissolved in water are called as alkali, So that is important. The base which are dissolved in water are called as alkali. So the common alkali examples are, okay, the examples of base which are dissolved in water, that is one example we take here, NaOH, sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. Okay, then another example is a calcium hydroxide, slake lime. Okay, calcium hydroxide, and another is the ammonium hydroxide. Okay, NH4OH. These are what alkalis. Example for alkalis. Maybe in examination they ask what is alkali. Give example. So you write alkali, the bases which are dissolved in water. Okay, the almost all bases. Okay, almost all bases which are dissolved in water are called as alkali. For example, NaOH, KOH, and CaOH, twice calcium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. These are what example for alkali base. Right, student? The one very important note, we have second important note you have to remember here. All alkalis are base, or alkalis are, okay, base. All alkalis are base, but all base are not alkali. Okay, it's common, student. Okay, what are the all alkalis? This alkali, this is alkali, this is alkali, and this is alkali. All alkalis are base, but all base are not be dissolved in water, so all base are not alkali. It is vice, not vice versa. Okay, so all alkalis are base, but all base are not how to be alkali property. So these are what, students, today we have learned about. This is metal oxides, non-metal oxides, and solution of acid with water and solution of acid with base. So there is one point we have to remember, and that is very important point you have to be able to take. Okay, the today's class last point, that is mixing of acid and water. That is very important. So that is very important, and one of the process which are to be undertaken in the presence of teacher only. Okay, that is one of the called the danger process of mixing of acid and water. Okay, and that is very important one. So I write here mixing of, okay, mixing of acid or base with what? Okay, students. So one question is arises, if I want to mix, for example, I want to mix acid plus water. So what the process I should follow? That is very important. Process is follow is very important. Okay. So if you want to add acid, add both each other, acid and water. So one mechanism you have to be taken with carefully, that you must be add, okay, you must be add acid to the water, not, okay, that is, student, this is correct, student, this process is correct. Okay, and this acid, water to acid, this is wrong process, this is wrong, right? If you done this means 100% accident occur, 100% catches the fire. That is danger, student. So if you want to mix both each other, so what you have to follow the process? The process is take first beaker containing water, then add drop by drop. Okay, not immediately. With this next side, drop by drop, with constant shaking or stirring, we have to add acid. So acid should be added to the water, not water to the acid. That is very dangerous. Why? Because of the mixing of acid and water is an exothermic process. Exothermic, example for exothermic reaction. Huge amount of heat is liberated. When you done this means the beaker is get heated. Okay, very temperature of the beaker is very high. So that is to avoid the fire or catches a fire burning. So you had acid to the water. That is important process. So how you add acid to the water? Very important question in examination. What is the process to add acid to the water or water to the acid? So you have to be explained that we should add acid to the water. Okay, students. So write down one point here. One process is there. So write down this. Here write the acids must always be added to water. So take small picture here. Okay, this is beaker and this is water and we adding acid. So please remember this picture. Okay, not make reverse, it is a danger. Okay, when, so this is one point. Okay, acid must always be added to the water with, okay, with constant stirring. Okay, with constant stirring with a glass tube, as it is highly exothermic reaction. Okay, So this is what all about the mixing of acid or base with the water. Okay, so maybe they ask why we not, okay, one question is raised, why we not add water to the acid? Why? Because of when, so answer is what? Because of when water is added to the acid, it is very highly exothermic reaction, it catches fire and lead maybe accident. Okay, that is harmful for the human beings. So that is what answer. So that is why we not add water to the acid, but we add acid to the water. So that is very important point you have to be remember here. Okay, so one point is here. Okay, one another thing is when we adding the acid to the water, so when we know that acid having H plus ions, and when adding the H plus ion to the water, so what is the concentration of H plus ions? Okay, so we answer that H plus ions concentration is decreasing. Okay, decrease, right? When we adding the acid to the water, the concentration of H plus ions is decreases and is called as dilute acid. Dilute acid. Okay, so dilute acid is a acid in which H plus ion concentration is lesser than that of concentration acid. Okay, so concentration acid having more H plus ions, dilute acid having less H plus ions. Okay, so that is difference. So write down one point here. When acid is added to the water, the concentration of H plus ions is decreases, and that is we called as dilute acid. Okay, concentration of H plus ions or hydronium H3O plus ions decreases, we call this process as a dilute acid. Okay, dilute acid, and the dilute acid is weaker than the concentrated acids. Okay students, so that is today for class. Okay, hope you understand today all concepts from neutralization reaction to the mixing of acid or base with water. Okay, so that is important in the point of examinations. Okay, so please revise the concept, practice it in the home. So thank you for watching this video. Okay, if any doubt means contact me. Okay, right. So meet in the next video with another new concepts.